Part of the excitement about BRAC relates to the military contractors that will be relocating to the area. But did you know that we already have several homegrown military contractors right here in our own community? We stopped by the Defense Security Technology Accelerator to get the latest information about these companies that are on the move.
The DSTA Fusion Grant are funds that are used in the early stage of product development, and they are used for a myriad of reasons to grow the technology and to help the business grow and inform the business. But they're basically used for prototyping and field testing, product development, demonstrations, proof of concept, and the protection of intellectual property. Our client companies, any of our client companies can apply for a Fusion Grant, which is normally in the area of $10,000 to $50,000, no more than $50,000. This is the first Fusion Grant that we've given, and Immersion Media was chosen because they have been very successful in the commercial product, and this is their first project in the military arena. So they're taking some of the technologies that they use in the commercial arena and crosswalking it over. So it's a win-win for both of our programs.
Immersion Media is a company that was founded on the principle that we could use 3D animation and motion capture technology to create really terrific learning experiences on the internet and via DVD. And we started our work and have continued a lot of it in the sports industry, but obviously now we're transferring over for military training purposes. Well, a lot of the usage of the motion capture system and the creation of the content that we've developed to date has been around teaching skills, techniques. It's really sort of a how-to for mastering any sort of task. So in sports, it can be something as simple as kicking a football or shooting a basketball, all the way up to the very complicated sort of motions and movements that any athlete would do sort of at any level. And that sort of transfers over to the military in the sense that a lot of things that are done in the military that have sort of very precise and intricate sort of hand movements and body movements where there's sort of very little wiggle room for error. You either do it right or not. The Fusion Grant really allows us to do the work we're doing now. Without it, we couldn't do the work. And we got hooked up with the Advanced Airborne School and to do a project on jump master training. And the jump masters are the folks who ensure the safety of all the troopers who jump out of an airplane. So it's a pretty important job. And to date, they have a fairly high failure rate in going through that course, as much as 50%. So the idea is if we can use the technology we have and the grant that's been made available to us to help train the jump masters in a way that's maybe more effective, in a way that enables them to learn more quickly, retain information better, and thereby increase the passage rate, then it's going to be a big win for them and a big win for us. Well, the idea is that the movements that the jump masters do are so intricate and so detailed and so fine that they have to be done in a very precise way. And what the motion capture allows you to do is to get rid of all the clutter that you might find in any other sort of media format. Just focus on the trooper, the scene, the model that you've made. You can control the entire environment, everything from the gender to the race of the trooper to the way that the uniform looks and how it looks. You can take care of any ambient light that's in the scene, so you can just control everything about it. And then what you can really do is just focus on the fine motor movements of what they're doing, checking for all kinds of different safety deficiencies or potential deficiencies in the trooper. And the motion capture system we have has the ability to sort of track movements even by arm and hand and finger, so you can get real precision with all of that. And I think you also combine that with the fact that a lot of younger adults these days have grown up in the video game industry and they're used to experiencing scenes and games and other environments that involve 3D characters. It's an environment they're familiar with. So I think we play to that at the same time that we're creating something that is, from an educational and teaching perspective, really effective to do. We see the Fusion Grant as an opportunity to get our footprint in the space. But we're in Fayetteville, we're committed to doing this kind of work. I think there's tremendous support in this community, so we see this as an investment that we're going to be able to hopefully leverage to create additional opportunities for military training in any number of different ways. So from our perspective, this is not sort of a one-time experience and to wrap up and say that was great. It's really to use it as an opportunity to grow our business And we've already hired one person because of the work, and so our hope is that over time, we can maybe multiply that to a bigger number. But we really think we're in a terrific position with the base realignment, with being a Fayetteville company, and with trying to grow our business here and knowing a lot of the community leaders. Our hope is if we do good quality work, the opportunities will be there to grow what we do. The entire organization of DSTA has been, I think, terrific not only for the community but for us. I mean, we've obviously been aware of it and been having conversations for some time. And since being here in the facility now, it really strikes me just the synergies with the other businesses and how we can all help one another. We're very much in a learning mode. We're trying to digest everything we can, learn as much as we can, taking any advice that we can, and the people that have been here have been terrific about providing us that advice and guidance. And so one of our sort of continuing strategies is to be as good a learners as we can about how to apply for different projects, how to make good use of the people that are here, how to get to know more people, and how to understand what the needs are. Because ultimately, if as a company we can make any small contribution about saving some costs and making the lives of soldiers a little bit safer, then I think we've made a really good contribution.